Wake up and I get lit, smoking on the best shit. Slide into my dickies, got that Carhartt on my chest kit.
What's up, guys? Bass Dad here. Gonna do a review on this Power Acoustic RZR1 2500. It's selling right now for $99.87 at Walmart. They did not have it at Amazon. It comes with a power and protect light. It comes with a nice yellow box that says 2500 watts maximum output all over it. It has a sticker that says it's made in Korea. It does have a gain, a subsonic filter, a bass boost, and a low pass filter. Comes with two 25 amp blade style fuses, as well as 8 gauge speaker terminals in power and ground, but I was able to fit 4 gauge into it, no problem. Most of them come with a remote, a bass remote that has that phone jack style connector. Measuring it, it's 9.5 inches in length, 5 inches in width, and 1.5 inches in height. When I weighed it, I got 3 pounds, 14.6 ounces. You can see the specifications right there on the screen if you want to pause it. The first test is an uncertified 4 ohm test. Four ohms, got 315 watts out of it. We're gonna do a dynamic test also at 4 ohms. Looks like we got 351. Makes me a little skeptical of that 2500. I'm not real sure where they got that from anyway. All these tests are done at 14.5 volts. So at 2 ohms, we got 495 watts uncertified. 2 ohms dynamic test. So we get 584 out of it dynamically at 2 ohms. Now I'm really doubting that 2500 max. Now this amp isn't rated for 1 ohm. I didn't know that when I did the test though. It did it like a champ, so I'm not real sure why it's not rated. So at 1 ohm, we've got 669 uncertified. They do not give you a 1 ohm rating in the manual. And at 1 ohm dynamic, 899. So quite a big difference there dynamically. As we take the back off of it and look inside, it's not a bad looking amp. I mean, it looks well made and it feels well made. I'm gonna take the thermal imager here and just look and see how hot it got. Now, I accidentally cut off the temperature reading, but the hottest point was 105. It was not hot to the touch though. After using it, this was right after the last 1 ohm dynamic test, and I actually ran that 2 or 3 times to make sure it was really warm. The 2 problems I have with it, it's rated max power 2500 watts, RMS power at 2 ohms 650 watts. At 4 ohms it's rated 450 watts. You know, it didn't make any of those ratings. Then it's not rated at all for 1 ohm. I don't know why it's not rated for 1 ohm. It did the test just fine, but it didn't get anywhere near 2500 watts, and I just don't know where they got that from or why they're putting that on there. Nobody's surprised. If you've been around the audio world for a while, you know that Power Acoustic is a brand that often talks gibberish on their power ratings. It's all gibberish and doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes you wonder if they even pay to have it reviewed, or they test it before they put it out. It's not a bad looking amp. It's actually kind of interesting looking, and they're a company that sometimes makes some interesting looking amps. They make a lot of them. And a lot of them don't meet their rating. That one, you know, you kind of can look at it and just tell it's just too small. The fuses don't add up. 225 amp fuses don't make 2500 watts. The maximum real rating on it, RMS rating, is 650 watts, and you can get more than that if you run it at 1 ohm. I did a 1 ohm resistive test on it, and that's a lot harder than subwoofers, so you should be good on your subwoofers running it at 1 ohm. A little confused by it. I'm always confused by these. I don't understand why they lie. It's $99. nobody's gonna cry about paying $99 for, you know, an 800-900 watt amp. That's about right. Why not just put 800 watts on it, or be even better and put 600 watts on it? 600 watt amp, you know, $99. Nothing in the world wrong with that. Other thing that I kind of didn't like was the screw down terminals are all Phillips head, and I mean, as far as like necessity, everyone I'm sure has a Phillips head, and you can you know, open those easily, but they just, to me, seem like they're not going to last. They feel kind of cheap and like they may strip. And then it also has these kind of little funky end plates, end caps that you can take off, and you can see I took them off in the video. You can put them on, you can leave them off. I don't know how you'd mount it if you left them off, but and they kind of restrict you from being able to get to the stuff. I guess it's supposed to protect the terminals, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. I don't know how much it really protects it, but it may keep something from falling on it. I don't like them though. I think they're ugly, so I would not have them on mine. I wouldn't buy this amp, and that's, you know, I know a lot of guys do this and they don't give recommendations, just kind of show you what it does. I think there's probably a lot better choices for a 600 to 800 watt amp. The last one I did, the Audio Zero, I would buy a million times before I bought this one. One reason is just they didn't lie. They just didn't lie to us about what they did, and it just seems like a more solid amp. It may be one that you call a no name, but at least they don't have a reputation of deceit. And you know, I just don't like buying things from people who think I'm stupid. And these people definitely, not only do they think you're stupid, I'm not so sure that they're not stupid. I mean, they got a 1 ohm amp here that does 800 watts, and there's nothing on this rating sheet that matches anything that's even close to what this thing does. Guys, check out my videos. If you haven't, check out my part 1 to the US Amps video. We sat down with the guys at US Amps just to see how they're doing, how's the restart up going. And part 2 of that will be coming out at the end of this weekend, so check that out. They're really good guys. I've talked to them a few times since we did the interview, and I like them. So far, I like them. So hopefully they can get that up and going and bring back a little history. So I'm always a sucker. I'm always a nerd for history. So I hope that works out. Got some more Amp Dynos guys coming. A lot of cool things coming, so just make sure you hit the subscribe. 30% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. It only takes a second, guys, and then you don't have to miss them. They'll always be there, and it helps me be able to pay the bills, because when you're subscribed, then I can monetize my videos, and then, you know, it's not a lot of money, but I can make a little bit of money, which pays for the things that I buy for the channel, and also, you know, provides gas for my car and food for my stomach, and maybe some for my kids if they're quick enough to get it before I eat it. So if you're part of that 30%, please hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it, and it's good for you. Like I said, you'll won't miss anything if you do that. So, Bass Dad, you can watch more of my videos right now.
Wake up and I get lit, smoking on the best shit. Slide into my dickies, got that Carhartt on my chest kit.